On May 8, 2026, Nick Williams, the CEO of Native Instruments, announced that an agreement was signed for the company to be acquired by InMusic. You may not be familiar with the name InMusic, but you probably are familiar with the companies that it owns. InMusic is the parent company of DJ and music production brands like Akai, Denon DJ, M Audio, Newmark, Rain, and others. The Post states that the acquisition will complete in the coming weeks, which is much faster than I imagined. While no one knows when we will start seeing the results of this acquisition, this makes me more optimistic about the future of Traktor. In the days since the announcement, I've thought about what I would like to see in Traktor going forward from a revitalized Native Instruments. This is not what I think will happen, but what I wish would happen. Here are the 5 things on my Traktor wish list. Number 1. Publish a roadmap. The first thing that I want to see Native Instruments do is publish a roadmap with concrete commitments. There was a roadmap published for Traktor Pro 3, but that hasn't been updated in years. For too long, Traktor users have been left in the dark, wondering when the next software update or hardware announcement will be. Speaking only for myself, I never paid much attention to the products that other companies released. As a Traktor user, if that product wasn't related to Traktor, I wasn't interested in that product. Now Traktor doesn't have the grasp on my attention as it once did. Native Instruments needs to break their silence and make some noise. A roadmap is one way to continually make noise and reassure Traktor users that the product remains a priority. Number 2. OneLibrary Support. The first item and number 1 priority on the roadmap should be OneLibrary Support. Along with DJ and Rekordbox, Traktor was one of the 3 software applications expected to support OneLibrary when it was announced in October of 2025. Here we are, over half a year later, and Traktor still doesn't support OneLibrary. Number 3. Improved MIDI mapping. One of Traktor's strengths is that you can use just about any MIDI controller with it, assuming that you're willing to spend the time mapping all of its controls. The problem is this screen. Even as an experienced Traktor user, I look at this screen and think to myself, I'll deal with this another day. Some third-party software developers have tried to solve this problem. In the early 2010s, there was extreme mapping. I even made a few videos about it for this YouTube channel. Unfortunately, it's been over a decade since extreme mapping was updated. Earlier this year, an open source application called Super Extreme Mapper launched in part as an homage to extreme mapping. Ideally, the functionality of these third-party tools should be available to all Traktor users and not reliant on third-party developers who may not be monetarily incentivized to continue developing their software. Number 4. Cue point templates. Rekordbox has an intelligent cue creation feature that is supposed to learn over time where you typically place cue points, and then add them to new songs automatically. While I like that feature idea in theory, I don't feel like I need the software to learn what I do over time, if instead I was given the option of creating a template. Imagine pressing one button and then having multiple cue points added to a track all at the same time. If you're like me and place cue points in the same spots on every track, this would save a lot of time. Number 5. A CDJ Style Controller. I will admit that this is the item on my wish list that is probably the least likely to actually happen. However, it may not be as much of a stretch as you might think. In April 2021, Denon DJ announced the LC6000 Prime. Its primary function may have been to unlock additional features of Denon's SC6000 and SC6000M media players, but it also worked as a MIDI controller. As this article from DJ Tech Tools points out, Denon DJ was not the first to create a modular MIDI controller with a large platter, and Native Instruments has its own history of creating unique MIDI controllers. Just look at the Control F1 in 2012 and the Control D2 in 2015. Ideally, this new controller would work with any DJ software, not just Traktor, and it would cost less than the LC6000 as it wouldn't need to work alongside a media player. If you combine this fantastical controller with Traktor supporting OneLibrary, you could create a DJ setup that is not only compatible with Rekordbox, but would also be similar in terms of functionality and layout to a full Alpha Theta Club setup. Those are the 5 items on my wishlist for Traktor, now that InMusic has agreed to acquire Native Instruments. If you are a Traktor user and have your own wishlist for new features or products, please leave a comment below. Thanks for watching this video from the DJ Podcast. See you next time.